Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulullah, ma ba'd, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, it's the stretch, it's the home stretch. Last chance, last 10 days. I understand the first 10 days you go up and you want to do everything. Second 10 days you go, oh, too tired. Last 10 days I'm going back up again. So let's capitalize on the opportunity that when that curve comes back up again. The last 10 days, what are we going to do, akhi and ukhti? You already felt the hunger, the pain of thirst. And you know what it feels like when you break your fast. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the food for heaven for you. And you quench your thirst from Hawd al-Kawthar for you. And everything, even though it's old and stale, but it tastes like ice cream. Just when you're hungry, everything tastes like ice cream, man. It's so beautiful. Now when you felt like it, now you understand the wisdom behind fasting. Because if I tell you about a girl that is in Africa, that has no food and water, but I don't show you, I just tell you. You will say, yeah, that's nice. But next time I'll tell you, you know what? Here's a picture, or here's a video of this girl that was poor, that didn't have food and water. And now you understand why. The first time I told you, that means you used the hearing sense. You were somewhat moved. The second time I added a visual. So your hearing and your vision was involved in the decision making because you've seen and heard. You were moved even more. But if you don't eat and you don't drink, that means all your senses are involved in that decision. No one will ever tell you what it feels like to be hungry, what it feels like to be thirsty, as long as you go through it. Now you know what it feels like to be hungry. You know what it feels like to be thirsty. Could you imagine somebody's giving you food at that time? How grateful will you be? Isn't it amazing where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ الَّذِي أَطْعَمَهُم مِّن جُوعٍ وَآمَنَهُم مِّن خَوْفٍ. So they may worship the Lord of this house, the one that fed them from hunger and secured them from fear. That's the basis that we're doing here, akhi and ukhti. Let us put a smile back on the people's face. Let us give them their dignity back. Let us share what we have, for the simple fact that we know now what it feels like, so we share what we have. We don't take it for granted. Our gratefulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the blessings He's given us. So let us share. I'll remind you with one hadith. You know the hadith in Sahih. A woman or a man that will be going to heaven. You know why? Did they memorize the Quran? Did they do Qiyam? Did they Hajj every year? Give their money away and all of that stuff? They quench the thirst of a dog. Isn't that amazing? By quenching the thirst of a dog, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect him from the hellfire and grant him Jannah. إِنَّمَا نُطْعِمُكُمْ لِوَجْهِ اللَّهِ لَا نُرِيدُ مِنكُمْ جَزَاءً وَلَا شُكُورًا. We feed you to seek the pleasure of Allah. We don't want the gratefulness from you or the gratitude. إِنَّا نَخَافُ مِن رَبِّنَا يَوْمًا عَبُوسًا قَمْطَرِيرًا. We fear that day, 50,000 years where the sun leaves its orbit, comes close to your head, people will be drenched in the sweat. What will come in your shade? Your sadaqah will come in your shade accordingly. Isn't that amazing? What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answer in that? فَوَقَاهُمُ اللَّهُ شَرَّ ذَلِكَ الْيَوْمِ وَلَقَّاهُمْ نَضْرَةً وَسُرُورًا. Allah will protect you from that day, will give you eternal pleasure. Allahu Akbar. What are you waiting for, my brothers and sisters? This comes with the month of Ramadan, to be able to help selflessness, called ithar. You want to help others more than yourself. Why would you give something that you love too much? It's only because you love Allah more than yourself. So please understand, it's a test of faith. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, تُحِبُّونَ الْمَالَ حُبًّا جَمًّا. You love wealth too much. So what did He say? لَن تَنَارُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ. You will not reach this high level of benevolence till you give from what you love. Let us give from what we love because we love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more. Let us finish this month of Ramadan with the sadaqah, to learn to share the food that we actually understand what it feels like, to quench the thirst of those Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made us a reason to be for, and make us use to be able to help ourselves by helping others, inshallah, so we can meet our brothers and sisters in Jannah. Ameen. Wa akhir da'wan alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala feed you from the food of Jannah, quench your thirst from Hawd al-Kawthar. We will see you after long, healthy, righteous love. Ameen. With the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to be able to see the magnificent face of Allah in the way befitting His Majesty. Jazakumullah anna khaira. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.